it's Brooke Klein. You're watching another Supernatural review, and this is season 6, episode 21. I think it's Let It Bleed. If you're new here, I do a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. If you don't watch my other videos, I've talked a lot about how season 6 is like not that good of a season. It's probably the worst season of Supernatural, but reviewing these episodes, making these videos, I kind of found like a lot of the episodes were okay, they weren't really that strong, and just kind of something I was like remembering is like maybe towards the end the episodes were bad, and it kind of seemed like this, and this is the penultimate episode, and this one I actually felt like was more okay. This episode was obviously focused on Lisa and Ben, and I feel like episodes that deal with them, even though we haven't had that many in this season, are actually like better. You have like all the angel stuff I keep talking about, all the monster stuff I keep talking about, but there's this other element of like Lisa and Ben, and it's something where it's like those episodes are actually like stronger. Like I wish we had more episodes with them. We don't have that many episodes with them, and like they were a big part of Dean's life, and like I guess in a way it makes sense we didn't have too many episodes with them, but I kind of feel like the episodes with them are strong. I don't know if it was like we had more episodes with them, if like it would have been bad, like at a certain point, like maybe they did the right thing with the right number of episodes, and that's why those episodes feel good. And if they, had maybe like 2 more episodes, it wouldn't feel right, and then maybe I would have this different perspective, Lisa and Ben, and maybe, because that's the thing, is they overdid the monsters. I don't know necessarily about overdoing the angels, or just they're like, we don't really care about that, but I think they overdid the monsters, and I think maybe that's why I have that feeling about the monsters. But basically, Lisa and Ben were captured, and it's something where it's like, that makes sense. Like, of course, like I feel like that makes sense. Like they always, probably the writers since the beginning of season 6 had it in the back of their mind, like if needed, like this could happen, Lisa and Ben. And so I don't know exactly like the reasoning, like because technically like they're not really a big part of their life, and I feel like they could have kept the rest of Supernatural where like they're kind of in the back of the mind, but the way they ended it, it's like there's no chance for them to come back really. And I feel like there's always a chance someone can come back, clearly, but really it like closes the door more so than how it was before. And I don't think we ever do see them again in the future, like neither of them. So yeah, I think it makes sense to capture Lisa and Ben to get to them. I mean, I don't really like that it was Crowley. Like they're making Crowley and Cass like villains, and I think I talked about this in the not last video, but one of the past videos, is that Cass and Crowley are like the next top 2 mainest characters in the series, and they're kind of on the team. And so kind of also like Crowley, I felt like at one point was starting to get on the team, but then they kind of villainized him more this season, and it's something where it's like I totally forgot that like Crowley was like this much of a villain, because he does kind of end up on their team, and I don't really know why they're doing that. I don't know if they're just using the resources they have, like these are the characters, so let's have it this way. But personally, I'm not a fan. I feel like most people are not a fan. Like we don't want these characters we like to be villains. Like and I know that sometimes in writing that's like really good to have a character people love become the villain or whatever else, and like it gives us like a whole complexity, like whose side are you on because someone's on the villain and whatever. But like I don't know, like I just feel like I'm just not a fan, and it feels so forced too for them to be a villain, and it just doesn't make sense the reason they're villains. But yeah, I feel like there was like this episode was a little bit stronger, and I do feel like it's serialized, but it had some episodic tendencies to it, because they were trying to find Lisa and Ben and going through these resorts, and then I think like a demon possessing Lisa was kind of curveball. I think everyone like always like, if it's your first time watching, like that's a big not plot twist exactly, because it's like really quick, but like it definitely is something smart that the writers added to. And so they had to have it where Lisa, or I think probably makes more sense, it's the mom, her life was at stake, and that's why Dean makes this decision where they don't even know who he is, which I get it, but I'm also like, how does this work? Because the people that like he met, her family, like all these people that are probably gonna be like they have pictures in their home of him. Like I just feel like whatever, but the writers are not, I'm a very logical thinking person, and the writers don't think people are, and so those things go over their head. But yeah, I think it'd be a lot different, and I think I would be talking about this episode a lot differently if we do in some form see them again in the future. And I don't know if it's something they always kind of also the writers had in the back of their mind, like, what if we bring Lisa and Ben back for an episode? Like, what would that look like? Like, they always had that possibility of, like, you could do that. And I think maybe it never worked exactly. And it was something where it's like, you don't want to force it and make it happen where they come back for an episode when it's not needed. So I think it just, like, never really worked out. But it's not something where they really necessarily wanted to do it too. It's just like a tool. They probably had, like, a list of ideas that they could always do if needed from what the story is, and that's just like good writing. I'm kind of glad this episode was a little bit better because the past two episodes were just not good. I don't really remember what the finale is, but usually finales are better, but maybe this one's not because we always all remember season 6 kind of not good. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that Lisa and Ben's story ended, and again, I really wish that we got to see more of Dean and that lifestyle, because I also kind of talked about it at the beginning of season 6, like, not just Sam is acted differently, I felt like Dean was acting so different, and I think that like really shows to Jensen's acting skills that he was able to take a different approach to Dean because he now like kind of had that fatherness about him. And also Jensen in real life became a father, so I don't know if he was kind of emberling off that or if it was something he was actually trying to do, or that's just who Jensen was. But I know I kind of was critiquing it a little bit because it just didn't feel a lot like Dean, and I feel like that kind of feeling of the fatherness kind of sizzle over time. Like, I feel like I didn't bring it up more recent of like the way Dean's acting, and I feel like probably before Sam got his soul back, I feel like Dean kind of became a little bit more himself. So even though I was critiquing the way that Dean was acting and not really a fan of it, like, I really did kind of like the idea of seeing him this way, because it's something we never see for the rest of Supernatural. I mean, kind of, I'm forgetting what season 12 or season 13, you have Jack, but it's like totally different. So yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I got to see more of that, and even like, you know, episodes later in the season where Lisa and Ben came back, I don't feel like it changed Dean's personality again. So anyway, but that's how I'm gonna leave it here, and we're gonna watch the season 6 finale. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.